Hey everyone, welcome back to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I have got 5 edible weeds that are really common. You could probably find these right in your yard. So today I thought I would share 5 really common weeds that people can forage for to add to their food supply. A lot of greens you can find pretty much right in your yard, as long as you don't have one of those fancy yards that the grass is specially planted, and they're really pretty, but like, we just have what naturally grows, and it's not beautiful all the time, but it is what it is, and you can eat a lot of it. There are so many just random plants that grow all on their own. They don't require any work, and you can just go out and just looking around for 15-20 minutes. You'd be surprised what you can find in your. And before we get started, I just wanted to say I am not a professional, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist or any of that stuff, but these are things that my family knows about, uses. We have tried all of this stuff. We know where to find it, and they're things that we can eat in our food and help us in an emergency situation when we need to go out and forage. We are able to. We know what it looks like, what to do with it, and I think that everyone should do their research and make sure it's going to work for you. So the first one that a lot of people find in the yard is pineapple weed. It gets mistaken a lot for chamomile because it smells like chamomile and it kind of looks like chamomile, but it's really short. It's probably only 6 or 8 inches tall. It doesn't grow tall like regular chamomile does. So when you taste it, it's got a chamomile pineapple-y flavor. It's really quite nice. It's one of my favorite ones to forage for. It's really easy to find, and the leaves are really thin. The leaves are wonderful in like a fruit salad or something like that. The buds, the stems, they can all be dried and used for teas. The whole plant can be dried, and it's all edible. The stalk, the leaves, the buds, everything is edible, and pineapple weed is definitely one of my favorites. The second one that is really easy to find is lamb's quarters. We have it all over the place. It grows up in the gardens. It's the craziest, most aggressive little thing, but you'll notice it tastes like spinach. It's like a wild spinach. I think some people call it wild spinach, and you'll notice on the leaves, in the center of the leaves, it's got like this whitish color in there, and that is going to show you that that is what that it's lamb's quarters, and they are really great for you. It can be cooked, you can eat it raw. It's really a great, wonderful weed that you can pick in your yard. It's excellent to add to salads if you have a bunch of mixed greens. It is just really good. It's really got great vitamins in it for you as well. The third one is plantain. Plantain has a broad, wide leaf, and you'll notice when you flip it over, the veins are very prominent in the back. It looks like strong veins, and it is a little stringy, that stem piece. So but it can be cooked. Again, it can be eaten raw. It is wonderful in salads. You'll also notice in the center of the plant grows up like a seed stem, and that is going to let you know that that is plantain with all those little seeds coming up in the center. And plantain is another one. All of these can be dried and put powdered or whatever to add to soups, stews, anything like that, to increase nutrients as well. And number 4 is red clover and white clover. We have both in our yards. They grow in big patches, and the leaves, flowers, and stems, they are all edible. You can use the flowers, make a wonderful, if you dry them, they make a wonderful tea. They can also be added fresh to salads and things like that. So you've got pretty little flowers in there, and they actually taste quite good. You can also take your red and white clover and it can be dried and ground for like a flour. You can add it to baking goods and things like that. There's so much that you can do with these random weeds that grow in your yard. I think it's important to get to know what is there in a survival situation. They will give you nutrition. And, you know, in our current times, they can help make ends meet a little bit when you don't have the extra cash for how expensive everything is at the store. And number 5 is curly dock. Curly dock is it grows wild all over the place. You'll see it on the sides of the roads and things like that. I really don't recommend eating stuff that's right on the edge of the road because of pollutants and things like that. So you want to go away from the road a little bit. Your backyards are usually a nice safe place, or in a meadow somewhere that you're sure they are not treating. But curly dock is a great one. The young tender leaves, the smaller the leaves are, the more sweeter they're going to be. Like any of your plants, dandelion greens are another one. Those older, bigger leaves get kind of bitter and they're not quite so good. But if you can get the little tender leaves, those are the ones that are sweeter and much more delicious. So curly dock can be eaten raw or cooked. The leaves are great for either. Great to add to salads, put on your sandwiches. You can cook them up and saute them like spinach, put them in soups, stews, anything like that. The roots are better in the fall, and the roots can be pulled up and cleaned and dried and ground into flour, which is wonderful. And the seeds also, you'll notice the little brown seeds on the top. Those seeds turn all brown and dry on their own, and those can be, you want to make sure they're good and dry, but they can be ground and used as flour, like a buckwheat or something like that. It's very close to the buckwheat in flavor, so you would be able to use them pretty much the same way. And those are 5 really easy to find edible weeds, and I definitely think that everyone should look into what is available in your area. You're going to find different stuff to eat in Arizona than you're going to find here in Maine, so your climate is going to definitely make a difference on what you can find. But there are lots of stuff in all different areas, in all countries. There's always stuff that is edible, and learning about what is best locally is definitely the best way to go. These are just a few common ones that are pretty widely found around the United States and Europe and things like that. So I thought I would share these ones. And as a bonus, you definitely, cat nine tails. I know my husband says, hey, no way he's eating swamp weeds. But every part of the cat nine tail is edible. The roots can be dried and ground into flour. The shoots, you can cook them like bamboo shoots. The young tender ones, you can eat every part of the cat nine tail. It is all edible, and everybody knows what those look like, right? So that's it for my 5 edible weeds that are really common and easy to find. And I think that everybody should get out there and see what you have. Even if you're not eating it today, someday in an emergency situation, you may have to eat it to sustain yourself. So knowing where to find them, what they look like, and possibly, you know, wash them up, try them out, see if you like them. You might be able to use a lot of these things in your everyday cooking and help keep a lot of fresh foods in your diet without spending any money. Just takes a little time to go out and pick stuff. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.